Yamaha, one of the most legendary names in motorcycle racing. You've dominated MotoGP for decades with riders like Valentino Rossi and Jorge Lorenzo, but suddenly you're dead last in the championship, your star rider is threatening to leave, and everyone's calling you finished. What do? You bet everything on a revolutionary new engine that could either save your legacy or destroy it completely. That gamble just played out at Misano, and what happened next sent absolute shockwaves through the entire MotoGP paddock. The numbers don't lie, and they're absolutely terrifying for Yamaha fans. While Márquez has been painting the 2025 season red with his historic winning streak, and Honda has been celebrating their remarkable comeback, there's been a desperate battle happening behind the scenes that nobody's talking about. A battle that could completely reshape the future of MotoGP as we know it. Yamaha has been clinging to their beloved inline-four engine like a drowning man holds onto driftwood. For years, this philosophy worked like magic. It powered Valentino Rossi's legendary career, made Jorge Lorenzo a multiple world champion, and even carried Fabio Quartararo to the 2021 title. But here's the brutal truth that Yamaha executives didn't want to face. While they were celebrating past glories, Ducati and KTM were building monsters. The V4 revolution left Yamaha in the dust, watching helplessly as their competitors disappeared into the distance. Race after race, weekend after weekend, the gap grew wider. Quartararo, their superstar, began showing visible frustration. The Constructors' Championship became a nightmare. Liberty Media's takeover added enormous pressure to deliver excitement and results. Finally, Yamaha cracked. They abandoned decades of philosophy and unveiled their secret weapon at Misano, a brand new V4 engine that represented their last day. Spirit hope for survival. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn that nobody expected. Instead of handing this revolutionary machine to their world champion Fabio Quartararo, Yamaha made a shocking decision. They gave it to test rider Augusto Fernandez, and what happened next was both revealing and absolutely terrifying. Fernandez's mission wasn't glory or podium finishes. His job was pure survival, complete laps, gather data, and expose the ugly truth that private testing had hidden from the world. The results? 18th in the sprint, 14th in the Grand Prix. Sounds respectable until you dig deeper into the nightmare that was actually unfolding. 22nd in qualifying. 2 long lap penalties for a jump start, more than a minute behind race winner Márquez. But the most shocking statistic of all, Fernandez finished 40.5 seconds behind his own teammate Quartararo, who was riding the old inline-four machine. Then came Fernandez's post-race confession that sent chills down every Yamaha engineer's spine. "We had a lot of problems with fuel consumption. I had to manage fuel from lap 10. Think about that for a moment. A brand new MotoGP bike, representing years of development and millions of dollars, was burning through fuel so aggressively that its rider had to slow down after just 10 laps of a 27-lap race. This wasn't just embarrassing, it was catastrophic. But fuel consumption was only the beginning of Yamaha's nightmare. Fernandez revealed a laundry list of problems that would make any manufacturer panic. Vibrations on corner entry, clutch issues, and most terrifyingly, complete unpredictability from lap to lap. Sometimes the bike gripped perfectly, sometimes it slid uncontrollably. The V4 had potential, but its behavior changed with temperature and track conditions like a temperamental beast. In modern MotoGP, WBUs, here consistency and data precision separate winners from losers. This kind of unpredictability is absolutely deadly. The stopwatch delivered the final brutal verdict. In qualifying, Fernandez was 1.5 seconds slower than Quartararo's inline-four. In race conditions, the gap averaged over a second per lap. In MotoGP terms, that's not just slow, it's humiliating. But if Yamaha thought things couldn't get worse, they were about to discover how wrong they could be. After the race, Fabio Quartararo, their world champion and the man who's carried Yamaha through their darkest period, finally got his hands on the V4. His verdict wasn't just disappointing, it was absolutely devastating. "At the moment, it's worse," Quartararo told the media with the kind of bluntness that makes PR managers break into cold sweats. "I don't see any improvement in the areas we really need to make progress." the man who's performed miracles with Yamaha's struggling inline-four, who's dragged uncompetitive machines to podiums through pure talent and determination, had just delivered a death sentence to Yamaha's future. He didn't stop there. Quartararo systematically destroyed every aspect of the V4 project. The top speed is still slow, the grip is not there, the electronics need massive work, the aerodynamics are basically copy and paste from the inline-four. When pressed about the bike's potential, his response was chilling. "I will not answer about the potential." Paddock insiders reported that his expression said everything his diplomatic words couldn't. This wasn't just disappointment. This was a champion losing faith in his manufacturer. Here's why this matters more than you might think. Quartararo's contract expires next year, and he's already warned Yamaha that he'll only stay if they can build a bike capable of fighting for wins. Right now, their revolutionary V4 isn't just failing to deliver, it's actively pushing their only world champion toward the exit door, the technical problem. EMs are staggering. Fuel consumption that forces conservation from lap 10 makes race wins impossible. The legendary inline-four corner entry stability has vanished, but the V4 hasn't compensated with rear-end drive. Electronic systems that Yamaha's rivals perfected years ago still behave unpredictably. Despite adopting V4 technology, their top speed remains pathetically slow. Yamaha is running out of time in the most dramatic way possible. Their target for full V4 deployment is 2026. But 2027's new regulations will reset everything again with 850cc engines, reduced aerodynamics, and stricter fuel flow rules. If they enter that era still behind, they risk another decade in the wilderness. The rider market makes everything worse. If Quartararo leaves, Yamaha doesn't just lose their star, they lose their only proven winner, their development feedback, and their credibility all at once. The next crucial test comes at Sepang in October. If Yamaha can't show dramatic progress there, the narrative of panic will become a reality of complete disaster. This isn't just about one manufacturer's struggles. MotoGP needs competitive balance to survive, and Yamaha's potential collapse could permanently damage the championship's credibility. For Quartararo, the timing is cruel beyond words. His 2021 title feels like ancient history as he watches rivals surge ahead while he battles machinery he openly describes as getting worse rather than better. What we witnessed at Misano wasn't just a disappointing debut, it was potentially the beginning of the end for one of... What do you think about Yamaha's desperate gamble? Will their V4 project save them or seal their fate? Drop your predictions in the comments below, and if you want to stay ahead of every shocking twist in this incredible MotoGP season, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter could change everything.